Well, Governor Ron DeSantis says he's looking forward to a normal school year with parents deciding what's best for their kids. He also says if the federal government does try to mandate masks again, he's going to fight it.
But as COVID cases and hospitalizations rise, especially among the unvaccinated, some local doctors are calling on the governor to urge Floridians to get the shot and to approve protective measures like wearing masks indoors. They say he is downplaying the danger. CBS 12's Andrew Lofholm asked the governor to respond to those criticisms at an event in Fort Pierce this morning. Andrew?
Hey, good afternoon to Liz. So these group of doctors are part of a left-leaning medical lobbying group, and they're concerned about these rising cases. They say the governor's rhetoric and policies are leading to less people being vaccinated. The governor, for his part, says that vaccines have been widely available here in Florida, and those that want one can get one.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, Governor Ron DeSantis has led Florida on its own path. Mask mandates were disallowed, and he signed an executive order banning so-called vaccine passports. He also made a target of Dr. Anthony Fauci.
I have a 3-year-old son, and you got people like Fauci saying he should be muzzled, that you should be throwing masks on these 3-year-old kids. It's totally unacceptable.
A group of Florida doctors who belong to a left-leaning medical lobbying group called the Committee to Protect Healthcare took issue with these attacks specifically, saying criticizing Dr. Fauci leads to distrust in medicine and ultimately the vaccine.
Those that trust me, listen. But what happens when the governor of Florida undercuts one of the leading infectious disease experts in the world, Dr. Fauci? Does that instill trust? Absolutely not. What has happened during this pandemic is that our voices are not being heard. Our expertise is actually being negated and blocked by politicians.
I asked the governor to respond to their talking points.
They were critical of your policies as it relates to COVID. What do you say back to those doctors who are concerned and critical of your policies?
Where are they? Who are they from?
There's a group down in Miami. They're meeting on Zoom right now. A group of physicians, immunologists.
Well, look, so if anyone is calling for lockdowns, you're not getting that done in Florida. I'm going to protect people's livelihoods. I'm going to protect kids' right to go to school. I'm going to protect people's right to run their small businesses.
DeSantis pointed out that 85% of the senior population is vaccinated. And when it was first rolling out, he made sure Floridians knew they had a chance to get it if they wanted.
Were you asleep in December, January, February, March when I crisscrossed every corner of this state? I showed up at nursing homes. I showed up at hospitals. I showed up at senior communities. I showed up at pharmacies, and I was criticized for doing that by a lot of the people in the peanut gallery for whatever reason.
Today, 1 in 5 new COVID cases in the U.S. are here in Florida.
This is the time to double down, get back into the business of this, and stop politicking around and start doing some real science and saving lives.
When asked directly, the governor refused to encourage people to get vaccinated.
Governor, what would you say to encourage somebody to be vaccinated that hasn't been vaccinated?
Is there anybody else that hasn't asked the question?
All right, so we know that if you're vaccinated, it doesn't 100% prevent you from actually getting COVID, but your chances of being hospitalized is effectively zero. One of those doctors today said that to reach herd immunity now with all these new variants could mean that you need 85% of the population vaccinated. Right now in the U.S., that number is about 49%. In Florida, about 59% of people have had at least one shot. We're live in West Palm Beach. Andrew Lofholm, CBS 12 News.